What's really good, LeSBP Trading, familiar, buenos dias, bonjour, bon dia, salbona. Thank you all for tuning in. Whew, man, today was a disappointing day. I'm not even gonna lie to you all. We did take an L. The reason for the L was because we messed up on one of the confluences. So I ended up coming back and taking a second trade, which ended out in a break even. In most cases, I won't say most, in all cases, what I'm trying to do is once I take that one L, because it is 30 ticks, I'm not trying to take any other trades. So yes, we messed up today and decided to take a second trade. Luckily, it ended out in a break even instead of another loss. But at the same time, I probably wasn't supposed to be in there just because of the simple fact that even if I messed up on confluences or whatnot, which I shouldn't once I'm actually done. The only reason why I messed up on confluence because I'm still tweaking stuff and I'm trying to figure shit out, and sometimes I forget to put stuff back the way it was, but it's no excuse. So yeah, I should be doing the I shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff. By now, I should be noticing when that stuff is happening. So either way, let's jump right into it. We're gonna start off with some Duolingo here. We're gonna do some Japanese today. I keyed in on Japanese. I think we did Arabic and French this week. Let's go ahead and jump into some Japanese real quick. So, whew, it's not gonna be great. Okay. Mm. Okay. So it's not wanting to work. I don't know what is going on there. Hold on. It's like, nah, no Japanese for you, sir. It seems like it's loading.
You,
Okay. You, you. Okay.
つ、
Sit,
り、
li, you, sit, li,
ら、
la. Okay. That's an interesting. It almost looks like a five. La. Yuki. So you is this letter. We just learned that one. I honestly didn't even know that letter before. So that's you. Yuka. This is yuka.
ゆか、
Yeah. And that means this would be yuki. Now, I thought this was she, but I guess not. Is this? No, that's sa, right?
さら、
Sara, sasu.
さつ、
Okay. So
ゆき、
yuki. Okay. We just did this one. Satsu. Okay.
ゆり、
You. This is you.
ゆ、
Ri,
り、
Yuri means Lily. Okay. All right. This will be the last one we do, and then we'll jump into the traits. Mitsu. Actually, you know what? Let's start over here. Let's do this over here. So this is Mitsu.
みつ、
Yeah. Kari.
から、
Oh, kara. No, kara. Yes, kara. Yumi.
ゆみ、
Uh, Suki.
つき、
Ski. Sora.
そら、
That one is a letter that is really difficult for me to remember when it's in the middle of things. So when it's not, for whatever reason, it reminds me. I say a double Z. So this looks like a Z into another almost Z. So I say it's Zoro, and I don't know why that makes me remember. But that's an S, like SO. So Zoro or Soro. But yeah, I don't know why it makes me remember that. But when it's in the middle of things, for some reason, I don't get it. But all right, we're done with that. So moving on to, all right. So today we had unemployment claims at 8:30. I honestly did not even follow the news. I'm not gonna lie to you all, because it was at 8:30, and in most cases, I'm not trading until 9:30. So I'm not really paying too much attention, or I've been trying not to pay too much of attention to anything outside of those normal trading hours. Now, I know that's probably not always great because there could be some great support resistance areas that could come during the Asian or the London session, even the Sydney session. But I feel like I've been doing a lot better canceling out some noise if I just don't pay attention to it. Now, I don't want to totally remove it because it does mess with my EMAs and stuff like that. But if I don't pay attention to it, which I'll show you in a second how I decided to kind of almost remove it from the chart without having to actually remove it, then it just feels a lot better to me. So just like I said before at the beginning, we had two trades today. One of them I was not supposed to take, which is this first one. And that was because of the messed up confluences that I had. I had to fix my confluences. And once I fixed them, I took this second sell trade. And yeah, I'll show you why the disappointment came. But either way, this is how my chart looks on a daily basis. I basically put out like a black box for my kill zone. Put a black box here, and because my candles are black and white, it kind of hides those candles necessarily in between those time frames. So pretty much a little bit after 1600, which is New York, closing New York session, all the way up to about 9:30 where the New York session opens, it's basically blacked out. That's literally all that is a forex kill zone, or a kill zone, I should say. And that's how that's how I made the big box. Now from here we had this first trade. Once again, it wasn't supposed to be taken because I noticed it right after. I was in the trade and I was like, should I go ahead and jump out? And I should have when I noticed it, because I noticed it immediately after this candle went up and then this one came back down. I noticed it here, but I was like, you know what? F it. If it does lose, it loses. If it wins, it wins. But I'll clarify that we weren't supposed to be in that trade. So I may have found a way to keep my confluences from my tweaked strategy. Basically, what I'm talking about, if you remember my video on Monday talking about Friday's confluences that I found, basically what I was saying was I had found some confluences on the 30-minute candle using the 30-minute candle and the 30-minute EMA. The problem with that is that when you're trading that 30-minute on a smaller time frame, well, that 30-minute doesn't close in 3 minutes. It closes at every 30 minutes. And of course, saying it out loud makes you realize, well, yeah, you can't do that. But um, looking at a 30-minute candle was much better for me than using the 3-minute or the 5-minute. So kind of figured out a way like, okay, how can I do this on the 3-minute time frame, kind of mirror or match what I see on the 30-minute time frame. And I got it as close as possible. I'm not going to say that it is exact because it's not, but I got it as close as possible. All right, post trade. And it really wasn't post trade. Well, yeah, it was post trade because I jumped into the trade and I noticed it. I guess it was during trade, I should say. Noticed I was missing the EMA touch on the 30-minute. Ugh. So we took a trade that we weren't supposed to. I had to do even more tweaking, and that's the only reason why we're doing this demo account thing in the first place. I am tweaking, I am changing, I am molding, I am looking at things and trying to make sure they are the correct way. I am testing. So I'm definitely going to use this demo account over anything else because I don't want to use real money and be losing real money when I don't have to. So oh, by the way, we are also, if you didn't catch any of the videos from this week, we are also doing the Leap Challenge. It's a paper trading account challenge that TradingView is sponsoring, where you get real money through prizes. So virtual money, you start the contest, you have to trade paper money. You'll start off with 250K. Whoever makes the most out of 30 days, whoever comes in first, second, third, fourth, fifth, all the way up to 250th place gets money. So you can look at that. I'm not going to actually say it all out loud like I did on Monday or Tuesday, but yeah, if you want to participate, you just have to have an actual paid account. So with me, I pay $14 or $15, maybe a little bit more, to actually use certain indicators and stuff like that. You have to have one of those accounts. Either way, moving back to this, so we got into this trade, we ended up losing that. It came up, and as you can see, it came back down. After I fixed my confluences, I said, all right, now we could jump into a trade confidently. Now we'll see what happens. And yeah, we got in that trade. So shouldn't have jumped into this trade, made a tweak because we messed up on the first one and decided to try again with confluences tweaked. So once again, I wasn't supposed to take 2 trades in a day. That's what I was trying to say. If this was a real account, I would have had to just take the L. That would have been it. I would have taken this L knowing that shit, we fucked up on the confluences, but hey, that's what you gotta take because that's your fault. So I was saying shouldn't have jumped into this trade, made a tweak because we messed up on the first one and decided to try again with confluences tweaked. But to be honest, I should have left it alone because on a normal day, if I had done that, it would have just been counted as a loss. Post trade thought with the F, LOL, all that, and we break even. Even later, it hit both the set TPs. So basically, I came back even a second later after that, after making this point up here where it broke even on this candle. I came back to look at it now hitting both of those TPs. So it hit that TP and it would have hit the TP that was set for this particular trade right here. The reason why that, and just to give y'all a quick look at it one more time before I just pan over back to myself. You know, the reason why I was so pissed, hold on, CPU usage is spiking. Get back to normal. There we go. So the reason why I'm so pissed about it is because, like, I don't know, I just feel slightly disappointed that I haven't figured out what I'm doing wrong in the market yet. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like I'm not blaming the market. I know the market is the market, and you're gonna lose just as well as you're gonna win. And I guess the point is I have to figure out what I'm doing wrong in order to push myself over to that winning side. Um, I'm just tired of being a losing trader. Like I'm a losing to break even and then back to losing trader. Like, but that means overall I'm losing more money than anything. I'll win sometimes here and there, but it's not enough to cover the losses. Um, I want to be a winning to break even trader where I'm winning most of the time and then sometimes I break even, but overall I win, you know? So I'm just trying to get on my feet and figure out exactly like what can I do in order to make some changes. I know a lot of people suggested, you know, maybe going up in time frame, and I'm not saying that it's wrong. I just feel more comfortable on a smaller time frame. Not the 1 minute or the 2 minute or anything like that or whatever, but the 3 minute is very small in itself. I just feel like in my head I wouldn't go any higher than the 5, just because I feel so comfortable on that particular um, time frame. Now, of course, comfortability isn't always a great thing, so it might get to the point where I figure out like, all right, 5 minute ain't for me, 3 minute ain't for me. You know what I mean? Whatever. Maybe it's the 15 minute or the 30 minute. The problem that I always tend to see though with that 30 minute or that 15 minute is you only get so much time in the day. If you're not trading futures, and if you don't have a small account like myself, then you probably don't know my struggle. But I get until a certain time where margin increases. So for instance, and I'm gonna make this quick because I didn't want to make this a long video. Just so everybody knows exactly how I think about this kind of stuff. S&P 500 or the MES micro S&P 500. I can trade that on TradeStation with $129. Now that is the bare minimum. So I don't want to do bare minimum, of course, because I don't want to get margin called, because I know that most of my trades end up in drawdown in some sort and then maybe goes into profit. So that doesn't happen, I have to put probably double or maybe even triple at least into the account. So like last time when I started with $300, I could take a few losses. Now the bad problem was I was taking my stop losses were way too big. I fixed that. Cool. But the other issue here is the fact that I can't stay in that trade, back to what I was talking about. I can't stay in the trade all day long and then roll overnight and stuff like that because the margin increases by tenfold, literally. So it goes from 129 to like $1,290 at the end of the night, or 1605 I think is the actual time. So I can't do that. So I have to be out of the trade by a certain amount of time. Now, yes, I know that I possibly could say, all right, well, let me lower my expectations on take profits, or let me lower my expectations on what I'm shooting for basically throughout in one given day. I could, but I feel like I'm missing out on the potential of my trades if I do something like that. I don't have time to trade 10 pips, 10 ticks, 15 ticks. People who do that, I feel like I'm like, damn, y'all must have a ass load of money, like a phenomenally big amount of money. Because I'll look at traders and some traders that I watch and stuff like that, and I'm like, this dude took a 15 pip trade, and that was their target. That was their actual target, 15 pips. And I'm like, how are you making money with 15 pips? I don't get it. But I don't know. It's probably a setback of my own mind. So either way, before I start bitching too much and before this gets too long, we're almost at 15 minutes. I do have some other things to look at. I need to make sure not to fret over too many of the small things, but at the same time, I do think there are some things that need to be tweaked. Yeah, in order to get to that point where I want to be at, where I'm actually a winning trader and I'm not just a break even to losing trader, still got some work to do. I still got some work to do overall. All right, y'all. Thanks. Hopefully you have a mighty fine day. Tomorrow is Friday. I'll see y'all then. Peace.